Let me tell you, folks, I've seen a lot in my life. I've been in boardrooms, on golf courses, in the spotlight, you name it. But nothing quite prepares you for the kind of awkward, uncomfortable situation I found myself in during what was supposed to be a fantastic weekend getaway. I'm sharing this because, believe me, it's a lesson everyone needs to hear. Sometimes you have to stand up, speak out, and protect yourself, no matter how awkward it gets. So here's the scene. My boyfriend, his sister, her boyfriend, and I, all at this beautiful Airbnb. We're talking big windows, great kitchen, the works. It was supposed to be a tremendous weekend. Lots of laughs, good food, the kind of memories you look back on and say, that was great. That's the American dream, right? Good company, good times. I was all in. But then, out of nowhere, things got weird. Second morning, I wake up early, take a shower, and head back to my room wrapped in a towel. I'm thinking, no one's up yet, I'll just slip by. Wrong! I turn the corner, and there he is. My boyfriend's sister's boyfriend. We literally bump into each other. He apologizes. I laugh it off because that's what you do. You keep it classy. I figured it was just an awkward moment, no big deal. But folks, I was so wrong. After that, things started to change. He began looking at me differently. Long stares, awkward smiles, finding reasons to sit right next to me when there were plenty of other seats. He'd make these little jokes. Touch my arm when he laughed, just pushing the boundaries. At first, I thought maybe I was overthinking it. Maybe he was just a little awkward. Maybe he didn't mean anything by it, but it kept happening, and it started to get under my skin. Then it got worse. He started complimenting me in ways that were just not okay, especially with my boyfriend and his sister around. He'd get too close, linger in the kitchen when I was there, find excuses to help me with things. It was subtle, but it was there. I started to feel like I couldn't relax, like I had to be on guard all the time. And let me tell you, that's not how you want to feel on a family trip. Now, I'm not someone who backs down easily. I've dealt with tough negotiators, I've handled big personalities, but this was different. I didn't want to start drama, didn't want to ruin the trip for everyone, so I kept it to myself, thinking maybe it would stop on its own. But it didn't. If anything, it got more intense. I started avoiding him, sticking close to my boyfriend and his sister, but it was exhausting. I just wanted to have a good time, not play defense all weekend. When we got back home, the anxiety didn't go away. I kept replaying everything in my head, wondering if I was making a big deal out of nothing. But deep down, I knew my gut was right. I started reading stories online, Reddit, where people really tell it like it is. The advice was always the same. Trust your instincts, speak up. Don't let someone else's bad behavior make you feel small. But I hesitated. I didn't want to hurt my boyfriend or his sister. I didn't want to be the reason for a family feud. But keeping it to myself was eating me alive. Finally, I decided enough was enough. I pulled him aside at a family gathering, because that's what you do when you want results. I told him straight up, your behavior is inappropriate. It needs to stop. At first, he played dumb. Classic move. Then he tried to say maybe I was reading too much into things. I didn't buy it for a second. I stood my ground. Eventually, he admitted maybe he'd gone too far, but then he tried to blame me, said maybe I'd sent mixed signals. Ridiculous. I shut that down fast. He gave me a weak apology and promised to back off. Did I believe him? Not really. But at least I made my boundaries crystal clear. I didn't tell my boyfriend or his sister right away. I wanted to see if things would actually change. I kept my distance, watched him closely, and made sure to document everything. Because you have to protect yourself, folks. For a while, he kept his distance. But the whole situation made me realize how important it is to trust your instincts and speak up when something feels wrong. Eventually, I couldn't keep it in anymore. I told my boyfriend. He was shocked, angry, and supportive, just what you want in a partner. We talked it through, and together we decided to tell his sister. It was tough, but it had to be done. She confronted her boyfriend, and he finally admitted it. There were consequences, big ones. But that's what happens when you cross the line. Silence only protects the people who are in the wrong. If you don't speak up, you give them power. I learned that the hard way. But I also learned that standing up for yourself is the only way to get respect. Trust your gut, speak your truth, and never let anyone make you feel small. That's how you win, folks. That's how you make things great. not just for yourself, but for everyone around you.